Live. There we go. Back at it once again. Awesome. And it is a Monday, Monday evening already here in Beijing of China. And yeah, I'm going to do my Chinese. So my name is Stephen. Here is a live the language vlog, my Stephen's language vlog. I'm Stephen. So I'm the guy who sort of makes all this stuff that you are watching. And typically every week I try to do three live streams, and the reason for three is because I'm studying Mandarin Chinese. I'm also studying Russian, and well, I don't study English, although I probably should, because I, to be honest, as a ESL professional, if you were to ask me about certain component parts of teaching English, I would, or at least the English language, I don't think I'd be able to answer, which is why we have grammar books and textbooks that are written for these things to help us out in our methodologies in our classroom and our client meet. I shouldn't say classroom. I don't teach in a classroom anymore. In our client meetings and everything. So that's why I do three live streams total. So typically it's on Mondays I study Chinese live for an hour. Then on Tuesdays I do Russian, and then on Wednesdays or Thursdays I talk a little bit about teaching English or living life overseas, or even some components about the English language itself. Meant as a how would you put it? It's meant either as, well, no, it's meant either to talk about teaching English, ESL, English as a second language, or to for me to learn something about English language as well, because sometimes I get questions from people and I may or may not know how to answer them all the time. But first, by way of introduction, typically I do a little bit of a rundown of some of the things I have associated with this YouTube account. So the YouTube account, the one that's streaming right now, is sort of my main focal point for publishing stuff. But recently, I have started a podcast that is dedicated to sort of mimicking or reviewing some of the things that we cover here on YouTube. So this podcast is available on Libsyn, and it's also available on Spotify. You can have a look at that and subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated if you did. And the reason I created the podcast was because I know from personal experience, if you spend a lot of time, or if you spend any time on YouTube, it's so easy to watch the next one, next one, next one. And as a YouTube creator, that's great because it looks good on my account if that happens. However, as a language learner, that's not so good. And I want to, if once when you get away from YouTube, when you get away from the computer, stuff like that, I want the podcast to serve as an encouragement, as a reminder, as a bit of inspiration, a bit of a butt kicking to go do your own language studies. Do not neglect them, and that's very important. Is that for all content that I produce here on the YouTube channel? Um, I mean, it's all about me learning languages, so it's a demonstration of how to learn languages, Mandarin, Chinese, Russian, and then how to teach and live overseas as well. But I find that with podcasts, you're able to put them on, like if you're working out, if you're on a rowing machine or a stepper, a Jacob's ladder, or if you're even lifting weights, and maybe maybe the podcast is a lazy way to consider yourself studying, because I do talk about methodologies on the podcast as well. But that podcast is sort of a complement to this YouTube channel. That podcast is also a sort of a side joint venture compared to the language newsletter, which is currently hosted by sendfox.com. They don't sponsor me or vlog, and there's a sign up there that you can take a look at. If you are not convinced, you can also try the Read Me First, and of all things, um, the see the screen kind of went blank there. Let me start that again. Entire screen. And share. There we go. And so the whole idea of this newsletter is actually a I write the newsletter and then I record the podcast. So the idea being that throughout the week, I am creating or generating content and publishing it onto YouTube, 3 live streams, different community posts, and, YouTube Shorts as well. And then on about Thursday or Friday, I sit down to write the newsletter, which I send out once a week, and then that acts as a script for the podcast. And why would I wanna subscribe to all that? And again, it's a reminder, it's sort of an effort to, inspire, to have people listen and be able to learn different methodologies of learning languages in general. Now, this last site I have up here is buymeacoffee.com/Stevens Language Vlog, and I've had a couple of donors already. It's been a very, profitable week. No, sorry, I can't say profitable. I've had a very good donorship in the last, couple days as I've gotten a few donations as well. So if you're feeling generous and wanna help out with the, um, different costs that are associated with this channel, cameras, microphones, this one here, and, even if you're like, maybe what it could be, if you could wanna buy me a coffee. This is if you tune into one of these, live streams and you're like, "Steve, your, language is horrible. I mean, I saw your Russian live stream last weekend. You literally failed a test live on online, and not only that, throughout the broadcast, you were justifying all of your answers as if you were so convinced that you were right, and yet you're wrong." And so again, with Buy Me a Coffee, if you're like, "Steve, I really think you should work on your Russian a little bit more," then, you can, buy me a coffee, or you know what? Don't think of it as buy me a coffee, think of it as buy me a class. So buy me a class or buymeacoffee.com. Stephen's Language Vlog is where you can, donate to that. But, promotions aside, what have we got today? 1 second. We the thing I want to work on today was actually I want to work on this. This is my traditional one with writing and practicing the language as it is. These sheets are traditional characters, so they're not simplified. I So the HSK, I study the HSK course books as well. I don't have near me any. I don't have 'em here. HSK is all simplified characters. This is traditional. I think, if I remember correctly, with the HSK test, if you go sit the HSK test, which is the Hanyu Shui Ping Kaosha, uh, test of Mandarin Chinese proficiency, I think if you might be, I think it's both computer and paper based. I think you can write in simplified or traditional. They'll accept both. It doesn't matter. You can do whichever, but I don't think you can mix them. Oh, it's a good question. How do you not mix them? Well, okay, so if you don't mix them, basically, if you write the character in traditional at first, then you have to continue writing in traditional. You can't go traditional, simplified, traditional. I think. I don't know entirely. Now, that being said, I've done the HSK 5 test before. I failed it. Theme. It's a common theme. That but it's not because I didn't know. It's not because of my traditional or simplified writing, although that probably played a huge part of it. It was more just I wasn't prepared for the test at all. So, regardless of whether or not you're studying simplified or traditional characters, that is what you can look for. You can practice both, basically, is what the whole point is that I'm trying to make here. Let's see. We'll get rid of that one. And I want to bring up so done today. Which one's clearest? I think that one's big. We can do that one. All right. So we're going to retitle it because if I don't retitle it, I'll lose it. This is a page what? Page 8. So, what I figured we could do today, you'll take a look. I share a window. I could share a window. Yes, I could do that. That might make it a little bit easier. Both done. Now, is this going to clunk? It blocks the bottom part, though. What if I? It's not going to work. I'm going to have to. No, 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 no. X this entire screen, and we'll just do this one instead. And that way, done. Right. That way, it doesn't. I can reposition it a little bit more. And there's not as much on. Oops. 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 All right. So this is today's homework. Now the issue is I can't do this. Uh, and get rid of this too. Bye bye. So this is my homework for today, and I'm going to. I want to do this paper. So if you want to follow along, that's all good. And what time is it? It's 5:57 p.m. So yeah, I tried to do this online with Canva before, and it didn't work. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'll put it up there if you want to follow along. No, I can't. Can I engage with your audience? QA? No, there's no wet method to share this file. Huh. What about that? No. All right. All right. All right. So, if you wish, you can screenshot that and try it on your own will and follow along as I go through my own progress. So I don't know what these say. 暖和暖机和该的小孔照亮了他的什么的什么的，还什么的方如何晒是的光。My approach to these usually I write down the date and the time I start, and that way I can track just how long it takes me to do. And I see the screen is cut out again. Bothersome YouTube streaming, I tells you. So time date is Monday, October 14th, 2024. And we've got time is 5:59 p.m. And we'll see what time we finish. So mark down your date and time, start time, and let's get to it. Um, if you have any questions or concerns or comments, pop them into the chat box. I will look up and pay attention. Just trying to do my Chinese writing on Canva be more difficult than it's worth. I can show you. 1 second. Let's see this. This is Mama. Can I? No, see if I click that, then it's going to probably knock up my camera, isn't it? We'll see. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it didn't. My pen. That's my pen tool. Oh, don't want white. They don't like white. By that I mean white color. We'll do thin. So this character, Ma, getting getting me. Can I make the line as thick? There. Ma. And then this one, it looks like it's all written together, but it's not. That might not actually be correct. Oh, this is frustrating with preview. That's Ma. So I'm trying my best to sort of make it look good for the camera, but it is horribly aggravating to actually try to get done. That's what I've done so far. Looks okay, I guess. Jishu, Jishu, continue, continue. I might be able to do this instead. There we go. Okay, so we'll upload this into work. I should do. Can't that. Yeah, I'll have to do another copy later on. It's fine. I get rid of these. I'll redo them. And then we will do Canva. And that way I can do some sort of analysis or demonstration of what it, but I do need to write my own. I got to do my own homework. So make sure you're doing yours as well. Shoot. I messed it up. Number one done. One character. This is there's so we've done this one. Let's see, where is my pen? He changes way too big. Way too big. Wait. Hmm. If we try to draw that one over here. Oh, this is brutal. Nah, that's terrible. You suck for you suck for this. I don't like this. Bothersome, I tells you. Hmm. All right. Oh, I want to draw this one out. Let me just draw it out beside here. Make it nice and big rather than trying to fit it into that space. We'll do red because red is a lucky color in China. All right. Cool. It's terrible. It's gonna be up, down, like this, and then over. And then the dots go last. Something along those lines. And if you are just starting out in learning Chinese, you would basically just sit down and start writing this character 100 times. I did 25 times. Practice the strokes. Ooh, that is terrible. No, it's got to be sharper than that. Oops, that line. There. Mama. Mama means mother. All right, number two. Let's move on to number two. We'll go to this one. So if this is Mama, these two characters. This is Baba. Can I copy those? No. This is cheating. In my opinion, this is kind of like cheating. The gentle and kind smile of my mother illuminates her face brighter than any gemstone. There you go. Mama he xiao he shan. Mama what? Wen ruo he shan de xiao rong jiao liang le yang, de. That's not de. It's le. 他的 oh, because I got it wrong there. Young le. I missed le. 他的 oops. 他的脸庞原生于人和报社的光芒. All right, there's a translation of that sentence. Next. Baba. Hmm. There, done number 2. Copy paste that one to find out what that means. Copy, paste. Dad held the chess piece in his hand, frowning, his eyes darting back and forth between several positions on the chessboard. Ba, na, zhi, xun, zhe, mei, mei tou, mei tou, se. What? Qi Baba na zhi qi ze. There it is. Baba na zhi qi ze, xuan zhi, mei tou, se, se kao. That should be se. It has missed one. There it is. Se kao. Yan shen zai qi 攀上的几个 so 几个 how many 几个 or several 几个围着这间飘来飘去. So several back and forth. 几个 several 围着 is positions. 之间 is 位置 position 之间 is 之间飘来飘去之间 so 之间 is to this point to that point and 飘来飘去 is looking there. So 之间 is the area that he's looking at, whereas 位置 is the actual location itself. Taking a look at this character, there's actually this one right here. Yan Shen Yan. We'll, increase the weight a little so we can, it's too much. Too much. Oops. You're supposed to go right edge to edge. If you don't, then your teacher gets mad at you. And this one, the reason why I wanted to show is because you got to go down like this. Oops. Down, up, across, down, two lines. Sorry, I'll move that up. And then here, you would almost think that it's you have to write this line first. Incorrect. You put that one and that one down. That's how you write Chinese character. There is a stroke order that you're supposed to follow. I guess, I mean, when you're writing it on your own, whether you do it this way and that way, or if you write this line first, it doesn't really matter too much. The one thing that they might do is actually point out that this character has a thicker, sort of, it's thicker up like that area sort of thing, and then goes down. I'm just doing that for demonstration purposes, but that's that. This script mimics the brush. So that's what they're talking about. And usually, what they'll have you do is write with a specific pen, one of those fountain pens, and that will give you that ability to have a thicker stroke sometimes. Right, Giga. This one's interesting. That's. I'll show you how it is in simplified. So that's simplified. It would be. No, it's not that one. I think it's this one. That's the one doing a few. Giga. Pretty sure. Come on. Yeah, I guess I did. Giga. Several, a few. Giga. What else is there? Giga. It's not that one. Yeah, it's Giga. Giga, 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 Giga. Giga. So that's number two. Several. What's the first one? Giga is. Oh, come on. Giga. Number one is several. No, this is pass. Giga, which is different words. We're talking about Giga number two, so it's simplified. Oh, bloody hell, come on. There you go. And then traditional is this. Giga. Giga, Giga. Several. So you see the difference between simplified and traditional script in that regard. It's quite substantial sometimes. All right, let's move on to number three. Sentence number three.
这儿什么什么什么，这儿什么什么什么，这儿什么什么，这儿什么什么，这儿什么什么，这儿
hen ooh, okay, let's go. Copy, paste, copy, paste. Traditional. Doesn't have traditional. Sanji. What are you doing? Santong. There you are. 同学们完全是儿拼拼点头，是儿 hand show 微笑嘛，微笑。Students finished. It was all told or was told by teacher Zhang. Attracted to the lesson as he explains. Sometimes I sit down. That doesn't make sense. In le. Ah, the the students were completely attracted by teacher Zhang's class. As he explains, sometimes I sit down and think deeply. Sometimes uh, you are in high spirits. Sometimes nod frequently, and at first smile. Yes, something like that. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. 同学们 oops, 完全老师讲 explanation 的讲的课 in oh, wrote that one wrong. Le 随着 他的讲讲解什么啥讲解，brutal 讲解是二啥意思？是二 sometimes. How would you rate that in 是 okay, so it's time 是二 R is in however and 事件的事 so it'd be that one. Sometimes, right? Yesla. 是什么？是二 lingua 审词是二 lingua? No, I got that right. Wrong. Ning lingua 就是挂嘛 No, that's not correct. It's the wrong character. Ning Shen. Ning? Yeah, number two. Ning Shen. Right. That was incorrect. Gotcha. Good. Ning Shen.